25-second breakdown.
Free money! The government's gonna give you a check and whoo boy, are we gonna spend it. You should see it by April 17th. If you filed your taxes and claimed yourself, you're getting the full amount. But if you're dependent over the age of 16, you get nothing! We might have more inflation on our hands than the entirety of the movie Up. If you need your stimulus check to take care of yourself by buying any sort of groceries and or just keep a roof over your head, then don't hesitate to do so. No jokes, no memes, no goofs, no gaffes. Free money! $1,200 is a lot of money, especially when it's free. To put into context, $1,200 can buy you 3 memberships of the Peanut Butter and Jelly of the Month Club, 590,164 live ladybugs, and a down payment on a whole Tiger Club. Shout out to my brother, the last person that Joe Exotic followed before he ended up in jail. And if you leave a like, we might be able to meet the man himself. Let's make it happen. Obviously, all of these ideas, after hitting the like button, seem terrible. So, how do you spend your stimulus check? Also, what is a stimulus check? How do I get it? Do I have to pay the money back? When will I stop asking questions? Also, what's with the rat in every one of my... Per Investopedia, a stimulus check is a check sent to the taxpayer by the US government. Stimulus checks are intended to stimulate the economy by providing customers some spending money. So, basically, the US government's just going ahead and just sending you some money right now so that way you can keep it moving in the economy. Similar to how we need blood in our bodies moving to keep us alive. Also, I don't even have Investopedia up. I'm actually watching anime. But like most good things in life, the Fed didn't just activate the infinite money cheat code
Money printer go
for free, but as a result of the virus that single-handedly slowed down the entire economy to a halt. That means most of us who have lost or have been out of their job for well over a month now are, according to this article, not only boned or screwed, we are also other words with ED, so frequently to the point where we have ED. So, what do we need to know about this stimulus check? According to Steve Mnuchin, aka the Secretary of the Treasury of the United States, every US citizen that has sent their bank information along with their tax return or tax payment will be getting a direct deposit of $1,200 or $500 for every dependent under the age of 16. Then, starting in May, checks for those who have not sent their bank information will begin to be mailed out at a rate of $5 million per week. This means it will take up to 20 weeks for all the checks to be sent out, meaning you might not receive your payment until mid-August. So if you received your tax return over a direct deposit, then good news, you should be seeing your check in the next few days. Whereas if you haven't, then you'll be seeing the federal government and snail mail at their finest. And of course, what's a good government program without further screwing over all of the college kids out there? In addition to a year of exclusively online courses, they also get a grand total of $0. That is, of course, unless they claim themselves on their tax return, which is just as likely as me drawing this 5. Which is just as unlikely as me drawing this 5. Okay, it didn't mean for it to be 3. Which is just as likely as me drawing this 5. You get the idea. Look at that. Thankfully, this money is hot off the printer, as in it did not exist before this crisis, which means we don't gotta pay it back. Fun fact, this off-the-cuff action right here is probably gonna end up with us having more inflation than your typical DeviantArt account. Fun fact number 2, the squeakquel. In post-World War II Germany, inflation was so high that people would have to cart around their money in wheelbarrows. And thieves would come along and they would steal the wheelbarrows but leave the money because the wheelbarrows were worth far more than what they were carrying. And who says economics is boring? I tied it to weird fetish art and history. Truly, a gentleman as bespoke as myself has many talents. Lastly, you need to have an AGI of under $75,000 to receive a full amount, $150,000 for married couple. That's it. There's no joke. Cool. Now that we frankly know way too much about the stimulus check, how about we talk about the actual fun part? Spending it. First and foremost, this check is actually meant to be a payment substitute to replace the income that you had while you're out for work this past month. So mortgage/rent payments, groceries, utilities, and supplies are paramount. I'm sure if you're in this position, you don't need me to tell you twice. So if you're set up well enough, what's a cool way to spend these 1.2 G's, you might be asking? It sounds super cheesy, and it is, but taking the time that you have now to actually build up the skills for whenever you come back to the workforce to have an even better paying job sounds like a really good deal to me. If you're in the IT field, getting your Cisco licenses is a great idea, especially if you put that ounce and a fifth towards it. You'd actually end up at the professional level and possibly double your annual income. With the summer semesters coming up, you can get yourself licenses in bookkeeping, cybersecurity, opening an OnlyFans account, and entry-level coding. You know, whatever you really want to dip your little piggies into. The world is yours, baby. Especially with that third one. Woo! A lot of money there. Just make sure you pay your taxes. Cool. Now that we got the responsible and the career developing things out of the way, I say we meme it up while making some sick money doing so. My first personal choice would be putting it in some very risky stock options. Much like how my grandpappy lost 3 rounds of Russian roulette back to back to back, I too would like to have decisions that end up with me bleeding out while everyone around me is speaking angry Chinese. My second recommendation would probably be buying a exotic pet and filming it live its day-to-day life. That, or filming 2 dudes go into the wilderness and build resort-level structures with only just using pointy sticks and re-uploading those videos under different accounts, making millions of views and millions of dollars in the meanwhile. Lastly, hit that like button, my bajos, because I'm about to put the tism in savantism. With your cool grand, let's get rich off of memes. Memes used to be something I got made fun of for in middle school, but now they're all the rage, to where even my middle school bully, aka grandma, steals all of my old memes and uploads them to her rap review page. So first, find the biggest and happiest meme going on in the world right now. Since whatever I say is gonna get dated anyways, let's just go with Big Chungus. Get a free professional editing software such as Paint.net, GIMP, or Nick Jr. Free Draw. Grab a free t-shirt template. The more watermarks it has, the more ironic it is. Slap El Chungo Grande somewhere on your t-shirt template, but of course do some minor edits so that way the Twitter mob doesn't come after you en masse. Have a few copies with some hashtag relatable phrases such as, "Daddy's in the house. You can't handle my thickness. I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% Cool. Now let's go ahead and find a couple sites that drop ship print work such as Printify or Guten. No need to make test copies. We're saving money here. This is best done through Shopify, which is going to take about roughly $30 a month to keep up, but we're going to need it. Next, big brain play here. Go to any YouTuber's video, but mine apparently, and sign up using their Squarespace account for free. Don't worry about the trial. Just build another website with another YouTuber's link whenever that trial expires. Trust me, you'll get a lifetime supply of Squarespace, 2 weeks at a time, similar to how I had AOL growing up. By connecting the two, you got yourself a legitimate looking site that anybody would buy from. And here is where we dump it. Hopping on Instagram and Twitter, find some pages that specialize in meme content, like this one. For just a small price a post, you could reach millions with your product, meaning that you can turn that grand into a 100 grand.
Oh, this is called influencer marketing and will be a video for another time.
And like that, you made some sick money off some memes. The stimulus check is definitely something that will help in the short term, but if jobs remain closed, then we might be in some trouble. Not to get political, but it seems like the man that we needed the most is nowhere to be found. Funny how that works. Regardless, I appreciate you all for watching. If you got some wacky ideas on how to spend that $1,200, go ahead and leave it in the comment section down below. I genuinely want to see what crazy ideas we can come up with. And hell, we might even do one of them. Hit that subscribe button and all that typical YouTuber jazz, whatever, likes and blah, 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 blah. Stay safe out there and thanks for watching.